So good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to me, which is Danielle, better known as Danielle, the Happy Medium. And in this particular video or topic in fear-based category, we're going to talk about chit chat. Now, quite a strange sort of title for a particular video, but a one that is needing to be spoke about more than anything in the industry, videos, mediumship, or in our general walk and day life. The overthinking of the mind, or the mental chit-chatter that we allow to go on within the mind, can be absolutely devastating, not only for your mediumship, but also for the ordinary general public person walking this earth plane, trying to make it through just the best way they can. So for the normal general public there, we as the general public, or the normal person who isn't even linked into the spirit world, can take a very small thought and make it to be absolutely humongous. How? Because if we learn to understand the universe and the universal laws and the law of attraction, what we think ultimately determines how we feel, the way we function, and how we live our day-to-day life. And for the Buddha medium out there, positivity, intention is everything, and I mean everything in your mediumship. 1, because it makes you feel good. 2, keeps you positive. And 3, it makes your mediumship run a lot smoother. And the mental chit-chatter as a mental medium can throw your link off, can have you in a frenzy and thinking that you can't connect. So let's go with the general public. So for the general public out there, we have every one of us have day-to-day stresses, whether it be family, whether it be money issues, whether it be debt, whether it be you can't stand that job, whatever it may be there. Family drama, because we've all had some sort of issue in that department. What will happen is somebody may say something, and ultimately that mental chit-chatter will start. We will start to what we call overthink. So what we will do is take one particular thought, for example, is that somebody doesn't like you. What you will tend to do is think on that. So then what will happen is you will start to overthink it. You will start to overanalyze it. Well, then what will happen is the universe will start to line up the same sort of thoughts to the thoughts that you're pushing out there. And eventually, before you know it, one simple thought has become 20 billion thoughts. And what then happens is it then has a knock-on effect to our health. It has a knock-on effect to our mental health. It then leads into depression, anxiety, stress, overexhaustion, and sleep deprivation. And all because of one little thought. And unfortunately, what we haven't manifested, or what we haven't learned is the general public, is that by learning not to listen to what other people say, learning not to overthink a situation and accept it and live in the present, because so many of us are so interested in what's going on in the future, we've forgotten to live here in the present moment and present time. And overthinking can make situations a lot worse than what they actually are. And while we're overthinking, everybody else is busy getting on with their day-to-day life, and you are sat in a situation where you have created your own reality. And most people will not accept that. In fact, the majority of us won't. We will want to blame somebody. We will want to push our fear onto somebody else. We will want to make it that it is somebody else's problem, when really it's your problem. Because you've overthought it, you've made a situation out of it, and then you've pushed your fear or projected your fear onto somebody else. Now bear this in mind, that when somebody says something about you, it is their fear, not yours. When you say something about somebody else, that's your fear, not theirs. And what we have to learn to remember here as the general public is what's yours and what's theirs. And does theirs affect you, or do you allow it to affect you, or do you allow you to affect other people? Which comes in quite nicely, if you haven't already watched my personal responsibility video, lining up very nicely here. So bear these things in mind. So as I've told you what it is, how do you fix it? How do you stop it? Best thing to do, don't let other people affect you. Simple as that. You just take it on the chin and think, well, that's your fear, that's your prerogative, that's your thinking. I don't think that. I don't think that I'm that particular person, or I have these issues, or whatever it may be there. It is ultimately and always will be anybody who says anything about you, their problem, not yours. So the best thing to do is just leave it where it is. Don't pick it up. Don't think about it. Just accept it for what it is. Keep moving. Keep on with your life. If these thoughts start popping into your mind, or you're thinking you're not a good person, or whatever it may be, best thing to do is change your thought pattern. It is really, really easy to manifestate negativity. It's even harder to manifestate positivity. Every time you get the negative thought in, you want to be thinking, I'm not good enough, I'm worthy, I'm capable, I'm strong, I am, whatever it is that you need to put in there in order to counterbalance that negative thought that's coming in there. Learning to do this is hard, but it's not easy. And changing your mind pattern after years of destructible negative thought thinking can take months to rearrange the mind, or the conscious mind, so that the conscious mind is not in control. The subconscious is in control. You're in control. The inner you is in control, which is what you are, which is you are spirit, come from spirit, and go back to spirit. And spirit knows how good you are, and spirit knows how much you are loved, and spirit knows how clever you are too. The only thing that makes you think these things is the conscious mind. Tell it to take a nap. Put something else in place of it. Learn to retrain your mind. You start to reprogram you're going to find that your life completely turns around for the best. I'll give you an example. I put a tough year last year with lots of different things, about lots of different scenarios, and I allowed other people to affect my inner peace. And fundamentally, it had a knock-on effect to my work, it had a knock-on effect to me. But it was because I allowed it. It wasn't because that person had any more power on me, or then people had any more power on me. It was because I allowed somebody else to interfere with what I thought I was. And instead, what happened was is that person continued, and then people continued to live their life, and I was left in a very good, not very good place. So what I did is I woke up one day and went, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going to be this person anymore. I'm not going to allow other people to affect me, because it doesn't make any difference what this person says, that person says. It's only what you think. And I started to reprogram my mind. I changed my mind. I didn't take professional help. I learned to fix me. I went away and I started reprogramming me and telling me that I was enough, because from my guides, that was what they told me there. And I listen to my guides. Why? Because they're spirit, they come from spirit, and they know me better than anybody in this world. And your inner being, knows you better than anybody. So don't allow other people to affect you. Go away, reprogram you, get you into a good place. You're going to fall off that wagon from time to time. It's a bit like anything. You have to get back up, start again, go back to the beginning. Small meditations, 15 minutes a day, no more. Don't do any more or any less. If you need to do guided ones, look them up on YouTube. If not, I'm going to be putting some up there for you. If you aren't in my meditation group on Facebook, get in there. There's some excellent meditations there for inner child work and all sorts of things. I cannot stress enough how important meditation is in order to bring you back into balance. So for the Buddha medium, let's talk about the chit chat. The more chit chat you've got in there, the harder it is for the spirit world to get in. It's harder for them to drop them links in. Your conscious mind's going to be interfering with your link. You're going to be, half the time it's going to be half conscious, half spiritual. You want more spiritual, less consciousness. So what we need to be doing here is quieting the conscious mind down. Again, meditation, sitting 15 minutes a day or 15 minutes every other day. Learn to get into this habit of sitting for your team or sitting for yourself. Is just as important. Again, as I've been speaking with the general public, it overlaps onto the mediumship movement there as well. Don't let any other medium tell you you're not good enough. Don't you allow somebody else, some teacher, to say that you aren't capable or you can't get this, that and the other. Remember, you will only ever be able to give what you get from the spirit world. You can ask, they may deliver, but not always. There's nobody in this world that can get everything from the spirit world, because the spirit world is not demanding of the human world. The spirit world is a spirit world all of its own. So get that idea of you can get full names on every demonstration that you do. You can get this, you can get that, because ultimately what you're doing is setting yourself up for a fall. Straight away, get that straight out of your mind. Learn to work with what you have. Don't beat yourself up when you're not getting them yeses all of the time. Learn to work the no's. You want them no's. They're going to make you the better medium. Learn to be gentle with yourself. You're not perfect. If you get it wrong on a rostrum, I'll give you an example. I was on a rostrum work last night over at Horden SNU Spiritualist Church. I've been working now for about 2 years. Gentleman at the back, straight message. My first message of the night, went the gentleman in the back, excuse me, sir, have your father here? No, I don't. My father's still here. My apologies. I got that wrong. I didn't hear the spirit world right. You would understand I have your grandfather here, though, from father's side. Yes. Learn to accept that you will make mistakes when you're on a rostrum. As professional as I am, I still make mistakes and I don't cut myself up about it anymore. I accept that I'm not going to get it perfect. But if you keep allowing this mental chit chatter or these mediums who tell you this and tell you that and say that you're not good enough, then you are going to allow other people to work your work, to dictate your work and tell you that you're not good enough. And then you know what happens then? You become out of balance, your mediumship suffers, and you also suffer in the process. So my advice from one medium to another is don't let anybody get inside your head. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. Don't you let anybody tell you that you're not worthy enough, because you are and always will be. And as a medium, what you need to be doing is making sure this mind is quiet enough so that the spirit world can draw forward and guide you, teach you, give you knowledge, because your best teachers are the spirit world there. So for them who are the Buddha medium, or for them who are the general public, overthinking, mental chit chat will ultimately slow you down and stop you being the medium or the person you're meant to be. I'm really passionate about this, and because I've been through this scenario, so I know what it's like to be in that position. My apologies on the glare of the sun. The sun has decided to join us there. Maybe it's maybe it's a little bit of an omen there, so look a bit funny. Please take my apologies there on that one. But this is a subject that I'm very, very passionate about, and I'm very passionate about making sure that every medium is unique and every medium is their own individuality, and that you never ever get off that track because somebody else said something about you, or because somebody said that you weren't good enough, because you are good enough. And I will help you every step of the way with this YouTube channel, not only the general public, but also that Buddha medium, to get you up on that rostrum, delivering them messages with good, valid, strong, evidential mediumship. Never mind psychic work, let me help you be that evidential medium that you've been looking to be for these many years. And that's it, and I can't guarantee it, but I'll do my very best to get you where you need to be. So I've been Danielle. Take it from a girl who knows. Don't you ever let anybody tell you that you're not good enough, because you are. And don't you ever let anybody tell you that you can't do it, because you can. And I'm going to give you the skill set to show you can. So with that in mind there, this has been Spirit Class. I have been Danielle. And hopefully I'll see you all again very, very soon.